Montpelier is now the second city in the state to decriminalize prostitution within its city limits. And I just have to say, I am deeply, deeply concerned for what this move is going to mean for Vermont. So now Burlington and Montpelier, I think our two biggest cities, have decriminalized prostitution. And regardless of where you stand on the issue of sex work, whether it should be legal or not, the reality is, and data shows, experience proves, that where prostitution is legalized, there's also an increase in drug activity, in gang activity, in abuse, in trafficking. While this idea that, whatever two consenting adults want to do, they should be able to do, if the action of those two consenting adults leads to an increase in criminality, making the general public less safe and more subject to things like being assaulted or trafficked or abused in some way, becoming more, drug addicts and all of the host of crimes that go along with an increase in drug abuse in a community. Because let's be real, you guys, Vermont has some of the highest drug abuse in the country. We saw the highest increase in drug overdoses in the country. We've got a border that has fentanyl, record amounts, enough to kill every single American coming across our border. So we've got this massive uptick in drug activity, more likely to die from it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do some other stuff that increases drug activity. We're already had, 22 shootings in Burlington, all gang and drug related? Is that going to happen in Montpelier now? Regardless of your view on sex work, you cannot deny the reality of the bad stuff that comes along with it. You just can't. I have a good friend who is an escort, and what she'll tell you after having been in the porn industry is that almost everybody she used to work with has either committed suicide or died of a drug overdose. I don't know what other professions have that high rate of drug overdose and suicide. But it seems like maybe if it's that high of a proportion of people, that maybe whatever's going on either isn't good for the people, or for some reason, vulnerable people are getting sucked into it. And why is that? For every person who has seemingly made the choice to be a sex worker, how many people are doing it because they don't feel like they have any other choice, they're an addict, they're mentally ill, they're being abused or trafficked? I would like to know what the statistic, if you know what the statistic is, please put it in the comments below. We do not have to be a Christian society. Everything doesn't have to be about Jesus. We have to be able to tell the truth. For an industry to have this much human suffering related to it, is it really something that we want to sanction in our society? Is it really something that we should be saying, yes, this is good and this is okay, and we condone this? That's my question. Put it in the comments below. What are your arguments? What are your stances? What do you think about Burlington and Montpelier's move to decriminalize? Not even legalize, okay? Not legalize, but just decriminalize, which is a whole other set of problems for another video. All right, y'all. Make sure to get out and vote in November. Reddick for Congress.